I am the Lord your God, and I have seen every challenge you faced. This moment you're experiencing is not an accident, it's a divine appointment, a direct answer to the cries you've whispered when no one was listening. You're not here by chance. You're being drawn into something greater, a supernatural unfolding tied directly to your financial breakthrough. A shift has happened, unseen but powerful. Something of great value has just been released into your name. You didn't get a notice. The world around you may look the same. But in the spiritual realm, a heavenly transaction has been completed. Angels witnessed it. God approved it. It's waiting, right now, for your agreement in faith. This isn't just inspiration. This is a heavenly alert. God has seen your tears, your midnight prayers, and how you've kept trusting even when you had nothing left to give. You were faithful in the shadows. And now heaven has responded. But there's a condition. Unless you acknowledge it, believe it, and act on it, this blessing may never appear in your physical life. Right now, the enemy is working hard to distract you, make you scroll past this, or ignore it. But something in your spirit is rising. That's not emotion. That's confirmation. God is sending this message directly to your spirit because a spiritual release is scheduled in this very season, a turnaround in your finances, a pouring out of provision, a divine reversal of what's been withheld. As you keep listening, clarity will come. You'll understand the delays. You'll see the hidden purpose. You'll finally realize what's been waiting for you in the unseen realm. This is your moment. Don't miss it. A supernatural shift has already touched your financial life. You must understand, what you see is only a small part of the full picture. While you've been worried about bills, debt, rejection, and scarcity, a movement has already begun behind the scenes. This is not a punishment. This is God preparing you for transformation. In the spirit realm, everything responds when God speaks. A decree was just sent. Angels were dispatched. Doors that were locked are being commanded open. What was stuck is being released. That's why you felt strange pressure lately. Attacks on your peace. Anxiety. Restlessness. Night disturbances. That's not random. It's spiritual resistance, a last attempt by the enemy to block what's already on the way. But it's too late. The order has been given. The release is real. And your role is to say yes. This is not wishful thinking. This is truth from heaven. You must believe the transfer has already happened and start living like it's done. If your spirit feels this message is for you, type this now. I receive what has been released to me. I accept heaven's deposit. This isn't for anyone else, it's for you. Declaring it shifts it from spirit to earth. Every time God moved in Scripture, people responded. The blind cried out. The woman poured her oil. You must take action. Respond in faith. Because the release has already begun. Listen again, God says, I have seen your struggle. Now prepare to receive. He is not suggesting. He is instructing. That means the process is nearly complete. What was once delayed is now ready to arrive, but God needs your cooperation. Preparation proves faith. No one prepares for nothing. A farmer readies the land before the rain. A woman prepares the room before birth. Faith always goes before the blessing arrives. Now God is asking you, will you prepare for what I'm placing in your hands? This isn't about fantasies or luck. This is about realignment, God restoring what was broken, correcting injustice, and bringing back what the enemy stole. Many of your past financial struggles were spiritual battles, not just mistakes. The enemy wanted to limit you, silence your impact, and keep you barely surviving. But now God has said enough. Not because of anything you've done, but because He is just. He has overruled the enemy's attacks. Now He says, prepare. That means shift your mindset. See yourself not as someone without, but as someone carrying divine resources. Speak like it's already done. Act like the release is real. Because in the invisible world, the transfer already happened. What's left is your preparation in faith. If you agree, write this: God, I am preparing to receive all that you've promised me. Let heaven see your agreement. This is not coincidence. This is your visitation. Your faith reached God, and now He is answering. What's coming is not a trickle. It's a wave. It's more than restoration, it's multiplication. The shift is already moving. And now, let me show you a vision. A messenger of God saw in prayer a heavenly vault, glowing, full of documents labeled restoration, provision, inheritance, multiplication. They were assigned to names, real names written in fire. Then one scroll was opened, and light exploded as the angel declared, the time of delay is over. Deliver what belongs to them. That scroll had a name, and it could be yours. The miracle you're waiting for is not in the making. It's already authorized. You only need to awaken and receive. The enemy's biggest strategy is blindness. If he can convince you nothing's happening, you'll give up. But right now the veil is lifting. This is not imagination. It's revelation. Faith sees what the eyes cannot. Say this: I believe my miracle is already written, already sent, already mine. Say it out loud. Type it as confirmation. Let heaven record your response. You've been shown what others haven't. Now you must activate it. Receive. Believe. Speak. Move. The scroll is opened. Your name has been called. The enemy tried to block your blessing. But God stepped in. Your struggles were not accidents. They were assaults. But just when it got hardest, God intervened, not with noise, but with divine power. He declared, enough, and all the enemy's plans crumbled. Chains broke. Blessings started flowing. The dam has cracked. The waters are moving. That's why you felt the pressure. The enemy is panicking. Because your increase isn't about greed, it's about purpose. You were chosen to build, restore, bless others. And now your provision has been unlocked. If you're still reading, it means you're ready to receive. Type this: the enemy failed. My blessing is flowing. I receive it. Then, if you're led by faith, consider giving an offering, not because you're paying for anything, but to seal this sacred word. Giving isn't a transaction. It's a declaration: I recognize this word as true. Many have given in faith and seen doors open. If you feel it, obey that inner prompting. Let it be faith, not pressure. Because what started cannot be stopped. This is your turning point. The decision has been made. The enemy has lost. The miracle is on its way. In the spirit world, what's done in heaven must be received on earth. That's how God operates. When He speaks, it's done. But you must respond. You must agree. This is the divine pattern. The blessing bears your name. It cannot be stolen, but it can be missed if you remain passive or afraid. Faith is the key. Agreement is the hand that turns it. God already acted. He's waiting for you. Say, I align with heaven. I agree. I receive what God has released. That one sentence sends a signal into the spiritual realm: you're ready. You're no longer waiting, you're walking. Then, if you feel it in your spirit, give, not out of fear, but as a spiritual act of alignment. It's not about the amount. It's about the obedience. Where there's honor, God moves. Where there's faith, miracles happen. Don't let this moment pass as just another message. Something eternal has entered your life. Will you claim it? Will you walk in it? Will you trust it before you see it? Then say this now: yes, Lord, I agree. That's when the miracle moves. Now let's talk about what might be blocking your blessing. If God already released it, why haven't you seen it? Often, it's not heaven or the devil, it's us. Not a rebuke, but an invitation. There are 3 common spiritual blockages. First, unforgiveness. You were hurt, betrayed. That pain can block the flow from heaven. Jesus said if you don't forgive, your own prayers are hindered. Forgiveness doesn't excuse what happened, it frees your soul. If you're ready, say, I release what no longer serves me. I forgive. That alone can open doors. Second, fear and doubt. You prayed, but fear whispered, it's not for me. That voice is from the enemy. Faith doesn't deny reality, but it trusts God above all. Speak this now: I renounce fear. I receive in faith what God has prepared for me. Finally, delayed obedience. Maybe God told you to do something, give, forgive, change, move, but you hesitated. Blessings often wait on obedience. Not halfway. Not someday. Now. Say this if you're ready: Lord, I will obey, even if it costs me. You're closer than you think. The dam is breaking. The enemy failed. Your turn has come. If this message confirmed what your spirit already felt, respond now. If it healed something in you, mark it with a gift, not for this message, but for your soul. Don't treat sacred words casually. If God moved your heart, honor that moment. One step of obedience could be the final key to unlocking the flood. Heaven has acted. Now it's your move. So now that you know what's been happening behind the scenes, you can't go back to thinking the same way. You can't keep living like the blessing is far away or like your situation is forgotten. You are being called to step into what has already been set in motion. This is not a coincidence. The timing, the pressure, the words reaching you now, it all has purpose. Heaven doesn't move by accident. The Spirit doesn't speak just to inspire. What you are hearing is a call to rise up, to agree, to position yourself for the manifestation that has already been written under your name. This is the moment where everything can shift, not because the world changes first, but because you do. The release has been set in motion. What's waiting is not another delay, but your agreement. The moment you truly say in your heart, I receive it, everything starts to align. People around you may not see it yet. Your bank account may not show it yet. But the realm of the Spirit doesn't wait on earthly confirmation. It operates on divine timing, and that timing is now. God is not teasing you with hope. He is ushering you into what has already been settled. You may feel like you're still surrounded by struggle, but even in that storm, something new has begun. Don't judge the move of God by the noise of your surroundings. Instead, trust the whisper in your spirit. It knows the truth. You've been chosen for more than just survival. You've been positioned to carry impact. That's why the enemy fought so hard. That's why the attacks came when you were most vulnerable. It wasn't about breaking you, it was about blocking what you're meant to release. But heaven saw it all. And God didn't just observe. He intervened. The verdict was spoken. And now the shift is moving into your life, not because you earned it, but because you believed even when you felt nothing. You stayed in the fight when you had no strength. And now the reward is near. But here's the part you can't overlook: manifestation follows preparation. You wouldn't set a table if you weren't expecting someone to come eat. In the same way, you won't make space for provision unless you believe it's on the way. That's the call being given to you now. Make room. Get your house in order, not just physically, but spiritually, emotionally, financially. Begin to clear out fear, doubt, hesitation. Make room in your thinking. Clear the space of your heart where disappointment tried to take root. Begin to plan, not for survival, but for abundance. There are new assignments tied to this release. It's not just about receiving for your own comfort. It's about unlocking what you're meant to give. There are people assigned to your blessing. When you prosper, others get free. When you rise, you carry others with you. This is why it's so urgent you say yes. Not just yes with your lips, but yes with your life. Begin to think like someone who has already been elevated. Speak like someone who knows the battle is won. Walk like someone who isn't just hoping for change, but living from it. The next step is agreement in action. Ask yourself this: what can I do today that shows heaven I believe? That may look like forgiving someone you've held on to bitterness against. It might mean blessing someone else even when you feel low. It could mean sowing financially where God leads you, not out of pressure, but out of alignment. The actions aren't about proving anything, they're about participating in the flow of what's already happening. This is the mystery of faith. It partners with what is unseen until the unseen becomes reality. Heaven always moves first. Earth responds. That's the pattern. When God speaks, He's not looking for opinion, He's looking for agreement. What you feel right now stirring in your spirit is more than emotion. It's the echo of divine alignment. The realm of the Spirit is shifting around your obedience. You are walking into a moment where what was once withheld is being handed over. There are resources coming to you, ideas, connections, open doors, that have been long delayed. But now, the seal has been broken. The angelic instructions have been activated. And what was locked away is being released. Your job now is not to question if it's real. Your role is to walk in a way that shows you believe it's already yours. Because in the realm of faith, believing is the birthplace of receiving. Don't let old thinking hold back this new flow. You may have grown used to struggle, but now it's time to get used to favor. You may have grown familiar with delay, but now it's time to grow familiar with acceleration. The season is not just changing, it already has. The only question is, will you step into it? Will you align with what heaven is saying about you? The time for hesitation has passed. The time for agreement is now. Remember this: miracles don't require perfect conditions. They require willing hearts. Heaven isn't waiting for your life to be in order, it's waiting for your heart to say yes. That's all it takes. A heart that agrees. A mind that believes. A voice that declares, I'm ready. I receive. And when you do, things begin to move. Chains start to fall. Delays begin to break. Not because of what you've done, but because of what He already did. So right now, say it again. Speak it out loud, not because you're trying to convince yourself, but because you're agreeing with what God has spoken. Say, I come into full agreement with heaven. What God has released, I now receive. And mean it. Let your heart rise to meet those words. Because every time you declare what God has already said, you give heaven permission to manifest it in your world. And don't let the pressure of the present moment lie to you. pressure is not a sign of defeat. It's a sign that something is being birthed. All of heaven has been watching, and now the command has been released. Your name has been called. Your scroll has been read. And what was once delayed is now flowing toward you. So get ready. Clean your heart. Clear your schedule. Prepare your spirit. Because what's coming isn't a moment of relief, it's a movement of purpose. This isn't just about a blessing. It's about a legacy. The seed God is releasing into your hands has the power to bless generations. And your obedience, your agreement, your faith, it's what unlocks that door. Let this be the day where the unseen becomes real. Let this be the hour where the silent prayers turn into visible answers. Let this be the moment where everything changes, not because the world says so, but because heaven has already moved. And you dared to believe it. If you're ready for that kind of release, then make a declaration of readiness now. Say, Lord, I prepare in faith. I align my thoughts, my steps, my voice, and my actions with your word. I receive what you've already released. This is not wishful thinking. This is divine timing. This is what it looks like when faith meets fulfillment. Heaven isn't waiting to be convinced. It's waiting to be believed. So as you read these final words, let them not just pass through your mind. Let them echo in your spirit. The wait is over. The shift is here. The time is now. Walk in it.